Hello there. In this video, I want to show how I've used Paid Memberships Pro plugin, WordPress plugin to add membership features to my website, buildersnippets.com. Let me first show you how I have it working. As you can see on my homepage, I have a list of blog posts, and for those blog posts which I feel, are important, and for which I would like people to sign up to view. I have it like this, where they can see the initial portion of the post followed by a message which says that this content is for members only. Please log in if you already have an account, or you can register here to register for an account. So if the visitor wants to take a look at rest of the content, they can click on register here, where they are then taken to /membership page, where they can see a nice pricing table that I've set up using a plugin called Pricing that can be purchased from Code Canyon. So the first thing that I did was to go to plugins and add new and did a search for Paid Memberships Pro, then installed and activated it. That would add a new menu item called memberships to the dashboard, and in that the first thing is to go to membership levels. Here I've created 4 levels: free, silver, gold and platinum. Let's take a look at the free plan. Okay, so here we can enter the name of the level and a description. So this description will appear once the user clicks on sign up for a particular level, and the information that we enter here as the description is what will appear here on the page. And once they go ahead and do the sign up by filling in their username, password, email, etc., and submits and confirms, then they would see this message. And since this is a free plan, I've put 0 as the price. And before I started creating levels, I went to posts categories and created a category called members only, and I've taken that members only category for this level and also all the other 3 levels. So the idea is that the visitor must be a user, whether it is free or a paid user in my website, so that they can see the protected content in my website like this. So next thing I did after creating the levels was to go to pages, and here I saw an option that I think it was a button which said click this button to create a bunch of pages. So once I did that, this plugin will automatically create the required pages for membership, and by default the levels page would be membership levels. And since I wanted the output of that membership levels is kind of pretty simple, which lists the levels, the price in a table. But since I wanted something which looked a little better, I have manually created a page called membership, and I'm using this plugin Pricing to show this table. So I've come to the settings and I changed the levels page as membership, and I saved the settings. And then going to the payment gateway, I'm currently using PayPal Standard, and I've entered my PayPal email address, and here it would give you the instant payment notification URL, which you would need to enter in your PayPal account by going to PayPal, logging in, then go to profile, click on my selling tools, and here you would see one entry called instant payment notifications. I clicked on update next to it, and over here we can edit the settings and just copy the URL that Paid Membership Pro shows us and ensure that that is also enabled. Coming to email tab, by default emails from Paid Membership Pro plugin will be sent from an address called WordPress at your site, your domain. So I've changed it to my desired from email address. I've changed the entered the from name, and I've made one change in advanced, which is to basically enable the show accepts. Initially this would be hide accepts. This is the default setting. So what this does is that for any posts that I have put under the category of members only would entirely be hidden and will not be visible at all. But I wanted a way where the manual accepts content will be shown and anything beyond that should be protected. So I've changed this to show accepts. And as you probably know, in manual accepts, one problem or possibly a feature is that all the formatting is stripped. So if you have content, if you're using HTML in your manual accept and you expect to see strong italics, hyperlinks, images, none of those will be visible in manual accepts out of the box in WordPress. So I'm using a plugin called Advanced Accepts. Advanced Accept, and in this plugins, once you have this plugin active, I think by default it's gonna enable all the formatting. Where you can see there's an option called don't remove any markup, so that way the entire manual accept will be shown in its full glory with all its formatting intact. In another video I would show you how I've used how I've set up this U pricing table to create this nice looking pricing table. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful. Just to summarize what I've done, I've installed Paid Memberships Pro. I've created a category called Members Only, and I've created a bunch of levels, and for all these levels I've selected that category so that any registered user in my website will be able to access those posts in that members only category. And I've also ensured that entered the prices for paid subscriptions, silver, gold and platinum. So here we can basically set the price initial payment for the initial payment, and also set up the frequency at which the amount should be collected automatically, days, weeks, months or years. And this plugin also enables us to create the also creates the pages for us automatically if required, and we can of course change any of these pages. And there's one more thing that I have missed earlier, that is forums. I've installed VBPress Plugin, which is a free forum software for WordPress. And I've created 4 forums. The first is the members forum, which is accessible to any user in my website that has signed up through Paid Membership Pro. And I've also set up 3 separate forums for the 3 levels, paid levels. If you go to add-ons tab of Paid Memberships Pro, you can see that they have a plugin for MailChimp integration. So if you go here, click on zip file, you can basically download that plugin. You install that, you upload that plugin and activate it in WordPress. And once that's done, you can see PM Pro MailChimp option under settings in the dashboard. Over here you can enter your MailChimp API key that you can get from MailChimp.com, and here we can specify a default list, and for each level which list you would like to use. So the idea is that any member that signs up in your website for any of the levels will automatically be added to the list that you specify here. So coming back to the forum that I was discussing earlier, here is a code that you can basically copy and put in your active themes functions.php to restrict the access to specific forums to specific levels. Right. So in this code you can see there's a line called restricted underscore forums is equal to array. So this is the ID of the forum that I want to restrict access to, and here I can specify the ID of the level that should have access to this forum. So in my case 222 would be the, if I go to the list of forums, VBPress forums, oops, not forums, right. So if I hover my mouse on members forum, in the status bar at the bottom I can see the ID, which is 222 after equal to in post equal to 222. So here I've said that for the members forum I would like to restrict access to only those who are N1, so that would be the free members. But my idea is to specify that provide the members forum access to all the members in my site. So I will need to set this up as 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that all the users in any of the 4 levels should have access to that forum. And similarly 2 to 4 would be the ID of the silver members forum, and this 2 is ID of the silver level members. Okay, and one more thing that you might be wondering about is that once you have this installed, you would expect to see the full content of the post that is protected, you being the admin. But that is not how it works out of the box, and it can be fixed by adding a line of code. Here, how to have a paid memberships pro level with access to everything. So you can use this code in functions.php so that admin users will have access to everything, and then they will not see these kind of messages anymore. Yeah, so that's it.